So, Alpha, how do you see our game today?
Yeah, so no introduction. You want to jump straight into the game?
Fuck introduction, I'm too happy.
So yes, today was a very fantastic game. Mind you, it's very clear that mind you are making a statement. They are one of the best teams in the league. That is the statement that they are trying to make. That they
Over
have the
Arsenal.
best, they have the best attacks and the best defense. They are supposed to be competing at the highest level. They are supposed to be within that first top four, nothing below the top four. That 11th position was a fluke. So they're supposed to be at the highest position, competing for the highest trophies. And I know that they're going to make a push to win the league this season by keep putting
Is
all
this
these kind
like
of
not too
results.
much?
No. See, you guys, but what I expect from Man U to show that they're a big club is number one, beat Liverpool, which they've accomplished. Number two, beat Man City for the next game that you people are facing. Then that is all. You don't need to do anything again this season.
So,
That is enough to show that you
all
guys are
Arsenal wants
on that level.
from us is to help them and slay all the giants, stopping them from winning the league.
You know, say to mount a comeback, you have to start from somewhere. You understand? And you guys have started with the right attitude, producing the right results. Number one, beat Liverpool. The only thing that you guys need to do next is beat City. They will accept that, yes, mind you
We
are
are
a serious
back.
club. Yes, they are back. They are ready to perform and do what needs to be done.
God will forgive all Arsenal fans. I
No,
promise you, it's a good game. I agree. It looks like we're back, but no. Don't let us get tired of ourselves.
so you see, this is the thing that people do every week that I get tired of. But they were
Mm.
like, we did well, but don't get your hopes up. So when are you
Yeah.
supposed to get your hopes up? You're supposed to get your hopes up when you do well. Do you understand? So
Okay.
the realistic part of it is that yes, Man U are nowhere near where they should be, but this is a very good start and is a very good
I
result.
agree. I agree,
Liverpool,
it's a very
in
good
the
result.
other hand, they've been showing since from the beginning. Do you know what? They pain me that Liverpool beat us because I know that they were not good enough to beat us. So it
Uh,
was painful, but we lost to them. But I've been saying this thing that anybody that will play Liverpool, toe for toe, attack me, I attack you, will produce a result. Chelsea did it last week,
yeah.
and Man U did it this week. So nobody can tell me that I do not know what I'm talking about. So they are showing their hands, and
Yeah.
we're clearly seeing that Liverpool are a team that is beatable.
Yeah, 100. I mean, you cannot have back to back losses.
Is that
And
four
you're
games
telling
in a
me,
row now?
yeah, 4 games in a row plus Champions
Very,
League
very
because
good.
it's three back to back losses in the Premier League. So plus this guy's own. So you know what that is. So, I
Yes,
think the
very soon
last game I
slot out.
watched against what's it called? I think is it Chelsea? They were even better today. That game they were so terrible. The backside they lack communication, no connection whatever. The midfield dead, front dead. Today they were firing on all cylinders now. A normal Man United side, they go beat us. Because all of those crosses, corners, and the likes, they would have gotten a win they
Miracle.
wanted.
Mine is scoring from corner, from a cross. And
Of
they
course,
keep
Maguire
saying,
happens to be the same one,
they
as
keep saying,
always.
they keep saying
The
Arsenal,
hero.
the only thing we know how to do is cross and nod. But she cross and nod win you games. Continue.
I mean, I said something earlier. Every top teams has to get their 3 points one way or the
One
other.
way or the other.
So
True.
that's what Arsenal has taught some of us. If you notice, we are doing throwing now, as in long throw. Once I'm near their post like this, I'm doing long throw. Throw it like his corner kick. Let's do anything and get goal.
I swear.
I
I
mean,
swear. I swear.
that's what it is.
Once you have that advantage, use it. Put that
I
ball
hate the
inside the
fact that
box.
I hate the fact that Bruno continue to lose balls. The moment Bruno start losing ball, constantly, we know the goal is coming. We just need to address that midfield, maybe January or something. As soon as it was Casemiro was out, everyone was dead. Welcome, Mr. Toto.
Hello, guys. Happy
Hello.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday, bro. Welcome to the very first podcast on this channel. It's good to have you guys with us. We have Mr. Ibrahim Asnafan. Now,
You
them
seem
this
to be.
way sweet past today. Oh.
And you can see that I'm just smiling.
Uh-uh.
5 points away from Liverpool, 3 points away from City. I don't like the way City is performing, but three points away from City. We're
Say no like the
comfortable this
anybody is
week.
performing.
So it's one of those days where Arsenal would support Arsenal. With Arsenal would support Manchester United to win.
Man United.
For some reason,
I've always been a supporter of Man United. I don't like how you people are making it look like this is the time that I'm supporting them. I've always supported
Haters.
them.
for some reason, for some reason, I wanted Manchester United to win before the match. But then looking at the condition of the table, if they win, I think Man United fans would agree with me. They will take that. They will take that sacrifice to not allow the world get into chaos if Arsenal ends up winning the league.
Mm,
So for some reason, I just wanted Manchester United to lose, just so Arsenal is not at the top of the table.
So whether they lose or they don't lose, we're at the top of the table. So that one is not even up for discussion. The thing is that it's too early to determine who is going to win the league. At the beginning of this season, everybody was shouting that it was Liverpool City. They spent 150 million on one player alone. They're guaranteed to carry the league. They've lost 4 games in a row now. So to entertain anything like winning the league or losing the league, let's be like 18 games in, 20 games into the season, which I expect that Arsenal will still be at the top of the table by then. But at that time, yeah, you can start predicting or understanding the way that like this season is going to go. But as of right now, in terms of individual results, I have to say Man U did a fantastic job. Chelsea too did a fantastic job. Arsenal too did a fantastic job of showing that this is the levels that you need to be at to compete at the Premier League this season.
I
I'm not competing in the Premier League this season. I understand what Arsenal guys is trying to do. They are more than happy. They are 5 points ahead of Liverpool. Given Liverpool's, I think they had 15 points before any other person in the league. So going into field games, they've dropped points successfully, and today's points drop again is a massive boost for Arsenal. I don't wish Arsenal well, to be fair, but as the game progresses, as soon as we lost that lead, I felt it's just best to just lose the game rather than take a draw. I wanted a win at Anfield. It's been since 2016 we last had any. So today is a good feeling for everyone. And Arsenal can also drop points going into other games in the season. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm not surprised the Arsenal fan would say it's too early to start talking about winning the league, because as as fans of clubs that win the league, they should understand that every match point is very important from day one. So as
Yeah.
constant winners of league, we start to count some of these important matches. As a good coach would not want to drop point against Liverpool, because in a season 6 points is not guaranteed. So where you can get 3 points, you
You
pick
pick
it
it
up.
up.
Yeah, you're not going to say, oh, we have 18 more games or 20 more games, or oh, it's not yet halfway down the season. It's clear why they settle for second most times, but then Arsenal is not the bone of contention today. Talking about the Manchester United game, um, I do think it's just another piece of luck for Manchester United. It's not like they came out
Mm.
outrightly well to play so good, but I think, in my own opinion, they maintained pressure. They came up with maybe their A game, similar to what they did against Arsenal in the opening game of the season, but I don't think this particular type of pressure is sustainable. I think they're going to drop the steam. I think also maybe Amorim needs to consider his choices, and we can see Maguire becoming more of a savior or more of a,
Striker.
So maybe Amorim needs to tweak some of those fixtures and allow maybe more play time for Maguire. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So first of all, let me address his earlier statement because I know that that was a direct jab at Arsenal fans. And let me be clear that Mr. T is a Barcelona fan. He has a personal vendetta against Arsenal. But first of all, the reason why it's too early to talk about winning the league is because you still have over 25 games. Anything can happen. The points can sway. You can look at last season, the amount of points dropped to determine on who wins the league. You can look at the season before that. You can see by how many points were far from first position in terms of winning the league. Towards the end of the season, it's going to be tight. Nobody wins the league with 10 points, 15 points gap anymore. So it's not an Arsenal thing. It applies to everybody.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
just to give me a brief reminder, how many points did Liverpool win the league last season with?
I don't know.
No, no, fair, fair, fair. But were you in the race to win the league till the last match day?
We're always in the race to win the
Yeah,
league
yeah,
for the past five
yeah. Even
years.
Southampton.
Mr. T, he was planning to come down to England to come and watch. Was planning to come to London to watch the final game
Oh,
last season. That would have been a massive disappointment for Arsenal. For Mr.
We
I.
didn't lose our last game of the season
yeah,
now.
but
Yes, it was supposed to be a season decider for your
yeah.
trophy. So if it had been a case where Liverpool lost theirs or something, drop points, that would be you carrying your trophy for that season, and
That
you experiencing London Stadium.
that further solidifies my point that you cannot determine who win the league anytime soon. There's still a long race to go. But if you go by the games that we've played right now, you know the person at the right position to carry
Is
the league.
there? Of
Yeah.
course, Arsenal. I remember the last time Arsenal stayed top of the league for the past how many games? Eventually lost it to Man City when it mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they call us, what did they call us there?
Eh,
Capitulation Kings, what? So would you consider this capitulation losing 4 games in a row? Or
I
because of
mean,
the time of the season?
it's a bad thing. It's a bad sign for what's it called? Liverpool coach. It means one thing. They're not gonna win anything this season as far as EPL is concerned.
Well,
You
I
can't
still feel
get
it's too easy. I still feel it's too early to tell, to be honest. I've seen Man City go on a loss, like a constant game of loss, but they still manage to come back. So it's really too early. See, I don't want to be delusional because of the results that we're getting. Let's be realistic. We've been chasing this trophy for at least 3 years now, and every season we come closer. And every season we show that we're improving. So that is how will I put it? At this pace, eventually we're going to carry the league. But whether
Mhm.
it's going to be this season, we'll see.
or 10 seasons later,
or never.
never. Yeah.
But we're still closer.
Talking about the United match. I still
No.
think Liverpool were actually there. They brought
Yeah.
their game. They had some moment of pressure. They had a moment where the Manchester United team was boxed in, and that's why earlier I said I would say this win was kind of a lock, because you
Yeah.
can't tell me if further matches where maybe they don't have a good call from the referee, or they have a more structured team attacking them on all fronts, maybe like Arsenal. I hate to say that, but then I don't think this Man U team will be able to escape. Also, you can see the second goal didn't come as a result of Man U's dominance of the game. That second goal came
Yeah.
mainly like just from a set play,
Out of
yeah, out of
nothing.
nothing. So we can't say confidently that Liverpool is out of the race. This was maybe just one game that didn't go their way. We know they are on a four match no win streak. We understand that, and something like this would also come up for us now later on in the season. I see Arsenal as a major contender for the title. I'm not going to lie. So
Yeah.
that's a bitter truth. I see Liverpool also as a major contender for the title. Right now, Arsenal is at the top of the league. Regrettably, I, I can't say otherwise. I wish I could say otherwise, but then they're actually at the top of.
Why did you mention Man City?
Why I'm not mentioning Man City right now is I still think Man City has a lot to do in terms of getting the right chemistry amongst their players. The game they played this weekend, they won, but that was not a convincing win. Also, to me, in my own
Yeah, the
opinion, it was a
struggle.
struggle. So it's not sometimes about the 3 points; it's about how they play. Arsenal has actually been winning their matches, but when you see Arsenal style of play, there is a there is a form of, shall I say, cohesiveness in that team. You will know Arsenal is the team to beat this season. Arsenal is actually the team to beat. But then we're not putting it past them. Time and time again, they've shown that they can actually start this team, but they can't keep up this team.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll wait for the
For
end
Yeah.
me,
of the
it's
season.
all about the 3 points. As an Arsenal fan, we've played fantastic games and lost. We've played fantastic game and draw. It is all about the 3 points. Man U did not play a fantastic game today, but they picked up that 3 points. That is all that matters. See, as long as you're scoring, you're winning games. So in every game, you manage to score, keep a clean sheet, or defend well, you're likely to pick up points. But what matters the most is that 3 points.
Well, as a Barcelona fan, like you earlier said, most times it's not 3 points that matter to us. What matters to us is the sustainability of these 3 points. If you're going through luck, there will come to a time in the season where push comes to
You run
shove.
out of
Yeah, you
it.
run out of luck. And then the sustainability, is this sustainable? You know, last season I said this to as much as many Arsenal fans that could listen. I said you can't win the league with set pieces. You can't win the league scoring corner kicks. You can't. It is not sustainable. You're doing it, you're getting your 3 points, you're scoring 91 minutes against Leicester City, you're grabbing a win. You can't win the league like that. You need to.
I don't agree. That was how Liverpool won the league last season, you know. Last minute wins, 90 minute wins, 95th minute. They managed to bring a goal
But,
that,
but
so see, it's not realistic, it's not sustainable, I agree. But this is just, if you look at it, it's just player playing consistently for the whole game.
Yeah.
It still doesn't mean you have to play well, or you like, moment of brilliance comes when you have good players. So if you have good players in your team, I understand that you need to play well, you need to have chemistry for you to get like the best results. But I've just seen my team play very well over and over again, but that result slips out of our hands because of moment of brilliance or a moment of mistake or lack of concentration or something like that. And the more I look at it, the more I feel like, you know what, once you have a certain level of understanding, even if you're not playing to the best of your abilities, you can still pick up points, which is exactly what Man U did today. We can clearly see that the problems that they've had throughout this season, they're still there, but they just managed to play one level higher than Liverpool and use that to produce a result. The corner kicks that you mentioned, they managed to score with a set piece, and that was the decider between drawing the game or winning the game. So
Yeah.
I feel that you need to have a mix of all of this together. You need to have luck, you need to have good player, at least you need to have a level of understanding. But for the course of the entire seasons, no. There are going to be days that other teams too set up, like they'll set up in a way to disrupt your
To
style of play.
neutralize you.
Yeah. So you just have to find a way to get that result. Either you play well, either you play aggressively, either you play, or sometimes if you just sit back, defend, which was what Arsenal actually did to get your 1-0 win. We scored our goal using our set piece. Then we fell back and defend, maintained that throughout the rest of the game, and we came out with a result. We came out with the 3 points. So as much as I agree with you that you need cohesion in your team, but you're not going to get that for an entire season.
I totally agree. A match like this, Liverpool and Manchester United, for the longest part of it, it's a historic rivalry. And
Yeah.
it's more than just the 3 points, like you earlier said. It is really more than just the 3 points. It's a bragging rights. It's a shift of the momentum of backlash on Amorim. It's going to give him at least some
Yeah.
breathing space for the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And then our favorite guy
Yeah.
that hasn't cut his hair is a glimmer of hope.
Hopefully, he finally
Yeah,
get the
it's a
chance
glimmer
to.
of hope for him. It's a glimmer of hope for him.
I just
It's a glimmer of hope for him. So yeah, this is really more than 3 points. So I from that angle, I align with you, and I totally do agree that it's more than 3 points when it's rivalry. Do what you have to do to win, even if you want to do the hand of God. You know the infamous hand of God. Just do whatever you have to do to secure the 3 points. But moving on or moving forward in the course of the progress
Yeah.
of the league, I don't think you can keep stealing things like this if you really do want to win the league. Against
Um.
sorry please, against Arsenal at the beginning, like I said at the beginning of the season, Manchester United arguably played a better game in that match.
not arguably they played a better
Yeah,
game.
no, I just felt Arsenal fans typically don't say the truth, so that's why I said arguably.
No, I'm very happy to admit that we took the
All
three
right, fair.
points.
So and then you guys took the 3 points, which
Story.
was everything. Like you said, it's just 3 points or nothing when you're playing your rival. So yeah, I give it up to Manchester United today. I give it up to Amorim for still sticking to what he believes in, sticking in his players. And do we still think Amorim needs to maybe tweak his formation, or do we think this might just still play out well nicely? What's the popular view?
I, th- I think about Amorim and his formation. For the past two games, Amorim has managed to tweak his system a little bit. The previous game we play even though it's set up as 3-5 2 3-4-2-1, but in play they play sometimes 4-4-2 structure. When we are defending, when we are attacking, it goes into that 3-5 3-5-2 mode. So it continued to tweak his formation. Depends on who is facing. As for today, he set up his normal team rather than go for a striker up front where you struggle with the two giants and their central back. As you can see, as soon as Sesko walk into the pitch, he's playing in the central role rather than as a striker. And when we do those moves, we lack that person up front that will take the ball and just go and get the shot. So he understands his problem. There's still problem in the midfield for Manchester United, and you just need to find your way around it. So it's either you have the guys that do run, do the pressure, so you start defending from front rather than have your central back jumping in forward.
True, I agree.
So he's been tweaking his formation, but we need to do that midfield issue. We need to solve it. At least the goalkeeping position now has been solved with the signing of Lamens and him getting game. Is introduced a bit calm defending. So everything is still working
So,
fine.
so if we were to be candid, do you think the first goal played a major role in this win? So when I say the first goal,
Yes.
McAllister was down with a head injury, and I think the referee was supposed to blow the whistle because he was down with a head injury. If he blew the whistle, I don't think the goal would go on.
I have a
Yeah,
question. Who hit McAllister?
Van
yeah.
Dijk.
So the next time I'm about to concede the goal, I'll advise Gabriel to punch Saliba in the face so that the ref is going to blow
No,
and they're going to cancel the whole
no,
thing.
no. When it's a head injury, irrespective of who hit the person, I think it should be blown because a head injury is a head injury. You can't tell me if someone
I
is
mean,
Eh,
dying.
no. So this is my problem. This is my problem with that. Yeah, players are going to take advantage of that. And that thing has been irritating me because you're going to see a clear goal scoring opportunity and they would blow and it would disrupt the whole game and players will lose chances. So this is an example of this is what happens when you allow the game flow. He was fouled. Who fouled it? Van Dijk. I would have a different stance if it was. I'll have a different stance if it was a Manu player that hit McAllister. But because it was Van Dijk, I felt it was fair game. Head injury or no head injury, the game flowed, and a goal came as a result. I'm totally fine with that, to be honest.
So are we saying? Are we saying? I understand the angle you're coming from when you say people are going to exploit that loophole and start faking head injuries when maybe the opponent is trying to score. But that's where
Yeah.
VAR comes into play. That's where VAR can either check to see if this was an intentional act or if this was just in the game of play. So just like when you're in the box and then maybe your own player kicks the ball to your hand, and the referee checks the VAR and sees this was not an intentional foul. Maybe your hand was where it was supposed to be, and it just happened. You're not now going to say, "Oh, the referee is not supposed to blow," because some people might actually start taking advantage of that. That is why we have a VAR to check these things. In a serious,
The VAR would only apply if the guy
off
had
field
already
decision.
scored. No, not even the off-field decision part. I'm talking about. Imagine if the ref had blown his whistle when that foul occurred, and you would later discover that oh, it was Van Dijk that hit McAllister. A lot of people there'll be a serious outrage because that was a goal scoring opportunity. And why do we know that it's a goal scoring opportunity? Because
they scored.
Mbuemo
They
actually
scored.
scored.
Yeah, yeah,
If Mbuemo had not scored that goal, you would never tell. He was fine in the midfield. He had like three players around him. You'd say, oh no, no, it's just normal decision. But he allowed the game flow, and a goal came as a result. So if we're going to use VAR in that situation, the ref would still have to wait until after Umbuemo have scored before he blows his whistle, before he
VR
now
can check.
checks with VAR and then confirms it. I feel that slows down the game. It
I
kills the
agree.
game. It removes goal scoring opportunity. So
Yeah.
I think the ref made the right decision just because it was Van Dijk. Had he
Yeah, it was the
been
right call. It was the right call, no doubt. And even if the ref will make a call for um head injury, it will take some time. It's not immediately a collision happen, the ref blows. So except if it's a free kick against the team that was attacking. So if it's a case where Mbuemo actually hit him instead of Van Dijk doing it, then that's a free kick. So if the Liverpool had the ball going into our box, the referee can decide to say, "Oh, fair play," until he can actually notice it's a hand injury. Then he will call the ball
yeah,
to a halt. If you
yeah.
understand.
Totally.
So that was my
So
point exactly. Had it been it was Umbuemo that hit McAllister
yeah, it's a
and
different ball
Umbuemo
game
still
entirely.
scored and the ref blew that okay he's cancelling that goal, I would have been fine with that. But because it was Van Dijk, and to be honest, I don't think there's any way that he could tell at that moment who
Yeah.
actually hit
Okay.
McAllister.
Yeah, I
So
agree. I agree.
The fact that Mbeumo, three of them went for the ball, and
yeah.
two guys were on the floor. And Mbeumo was on the floor. Their guy was also on the floor. So it makes sense that definitely not both of them that not our guy knocked his guy off. So it's definitely the guy standing that did it.
Then when we talk about, let's leave the referee for a second, and how about the players' fair play? We on this we have seen time and time again. There are players that do have this record of fair play. A player is down with head injury. You kick the ball out, and then you own the ball when ball resumes. I don't know. It was still early in the game. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be selfish. I don't know if selfish is the word to use, but
Unfortunately, it's a game of football, it's a contact sport, and all of these things is going to happen. But fair play comes in when not when I'm attacking your
No,
goalpost. I go for the goal first. So if my goal scoring chances did not work, let's say somebody kicked the ball back to the midfield. I was like, somebody's on the floor, then I kick the ball
like you,
off. That
like
is how
like
fair
you
play
said, Mbomo
works.
was at the close to midfield, so you can't tell me at that moment that it was a goal bound move. Mbomo
Yeah, it
is
was.
an hustler, so obviously I was rooting he scores because he's on my FPL, so I was rooting badly that he scores, and me saying the referee should have blown is just me being cocky because obviously I'm happy Mbomo scored.
So let me even add something to it. Both Umbuemo and McAllister was on the floor.
Yeah.
Umbuemo turned and looked at the ref. The ref did
It's
not blow.
not
He stood
blowing.
up,
It stood up and started
ran,
moving.
collected the ball, and scored
I
his goal.
shoot.
So there was no, I don't think anything that has to do with fair play applied to Umbuemo. He was also part of the challenge, and he stood up and he attacked that ball. So he made
Nothing.
he made something out of
Nothing.
nothing, pretty
Fair,
much.
fair, fair.
So
And I
fair,
believe
fair,
if it's a case where he knew that it's his player that knocked him off, he won't be on the floor for that long.
yeah.
So
So he believed it was our guy that did it. So like, let's do our thing. So referee calls. But normally it's just a headboard back of your head.
so let's say
And secondly, the fair play applies to players that are looking for Ballon d'Or. I don't think Obama is looking for Ballon d'Or this season.
strong, very, very, very valid angle, very valid angle. So since we have all agreed that the opening goal was very, very instrumental to this win, are we saying
Yeah.
in maybe other matches and then the referee has a bad call and in such situation the referee blows and Man U doesn't get to score that type of early goal, then the result might not.
Let me even give an example. Let me even give an example. The yellow card that was given to Ahmad. Ahmad touched the ball and hit the player. Did that not
Mhm.
happen? Please tell me what happened for Gyökeres penalty. Where the player touched the ball, I removed my player.
Yeah, the referee was
I
also
think
right
that
too.
one he hits your player first before the ball. Was it Saka?
No, now the one that this guy now that they gave Gyökeres a true pass that were arguing that day.
Oh, yeah.
I will never, I will
Referee
never,
make this
I will
bad.
never support Arsenal in any referee decision. Any referee decision against Arsenal to me is thoroughly thought out,
They
and
deserved
they
it.
deserve it. Yes, I do agree.
This is what I have to
There-
deal with two
No,
haters.
no,
I'm here
They
supporting Man
deserved
U.
it.
They're
I
hating on
mean,
me. No
amount
problem.
of calls that have gone in your favor
there,
is too
there
much
are
to
times and
count.
times
As
again.
well, amount of calls that have not gone in your favor is also too much.
There are
Yes.
time and time again you have scored from hounding the keeper. That is not football.
Yeah.
That's not football. That's not football.
We've scored from hounding the
Yes,
keeper.
The
yes,
goal you stole against me,
yeah.
how did you
You
get
always
it?
hound the
How
keeper.
did we
Your
You
get
are a
it?
keeper
impede
kidnapper.
Saliba continue to do it. It doesn't come for
Yeah,
the ball. His job is to stop goalkeeper from even
yeah.
diving or coming to
You.
even
That
do
is the
anything.
typical Arsenal corner kick. Hound the keeper. Tie him down. Tie him down.
If you want to learn how to score corner kicks, you people should
Then,
ask, how do you
We are
then,
score
not.
corner
We are
kicks so
not.
that we
We
can
are not
teach you?
interested in
You
scoring.
people are there
No.
making points. So if we're committing a crime there, we would not have scored as many corners as we have scored. We found a loophole. You can stand in front of the goalkeeper as long as you don't hold him and you can score. It is fair game. It is within the laws of the game, so they've never blown the
I think
whistle
the law
for it.
says if you are standing in front of goalkeeper to stop
Yes.
him from
Moving,
moving,
obstructing him.
if you are not making attempt at the ball, if you are not going to
So
make attempt at the ball, then that is a crime. And
this
I
is
think
what is
before the Premier
fantastic.
League started, the referee called the captains of the team have this discussion
This is the
prior
beauty
to
of
the game starting.
Arsenal's corner. It is taken in such a way that everybody has a fair chance of scoring the goal. The same position that Saliba has stood that you said he has impeded the goalkeeper. Who is this Timber, the short player Timber, has scored goal from that same position.
Hmm.
So it's just because of the way the ball is whipped into the 18 box. When we hit that ball, it curves in such a way that Saliba can hit the ball. If Saliba missed the ball, it will go and meet the player at the back of
Saliba, no, they
the
let
line.
go for ball.
He has scored
Yeah,
now. Check,
he has
was
scored.
it this season
He has
or
scored this season. I
he
agree.
has scored from that
But
position. The Premier League have not found an answer to the way we take our corners. So I am very happy for us to exploit it as much as possible since we're getting results
this,
out of it. And it's not as if it's the only way that we know how to score. Arsenal can score pretty much from anywhere. It's just unfortunate that our striker has not hit the ground
this,
running. But if he had, we would have been able to create goals from anywhere. Free kicks, corner kicks, driving into the box, passing the ball from the wing, from every angle, from any of our players. Literally, we could have scored from any of our players. The last goal that was cancelled, Califiori was the one that like took his chances, and he took it very well like a striker. So we have defenders, midfielders, strikers scoring goal. So it's not as if that's the only way we can score. The thing is, the corner kicks have been very effective. That's why we keep scoring from there.
from last season to this season, I agree. The majority of your goals came from set pieces, either corner kicks and free kicks. So when you say that is not the only way you can score, I think you're supposed to rephrase it and say scoring from open play is few of the ways you can score. Your major way of scoring is from set pieces, and that is why you
Set
were not able to
pieces.
win anything last season. Why? Because it can only take you so far. It can't take you to win the Champions League. See what happened against Madrid. See what happened against PSG. You can't win those people with set pieces because they actually have more physical players that won't allow you harm their keeper. You can only do that and get away
Which is
with
what
it.
That's why I said that's the problem that we didn't have a striker that hit the ground running. Gyökeres was as a result of we not scoring from open
Yeah.
play, which I felt was the right decision. But still, those set pieces are just ridiculously effective. If you notice, it's not as if we go looking for it. We just convert it. Every goal, every majority of our set pieces that we get is us trying to score from open play.
No.
They foul us and then we get a set piece. Okay, give me an example to when we've had a chance to score and we decide to play it to
Yeah,
corner.
so I will give you so many. Saka, anytime
Yeah.
Saka is with the ball, he either looks for a way to go to that corner, throws his body to the defender, so either they foul him or he tries to. He knows that this ball won't cross into the box, but he's still trying to cross it so that the defender plays it into corner and you guys win time for some village meeting, as I popularly call it. There is no time Saka is looking for an alternative way to get into the box. The same way, the same delivery, the same pattern, rinse and repeat each and every time he holds the ball. So it makes me think Saka is going into the match to either look for a penalty, either look for a free kick, or look for a corner kick. And that is why he's start padding on FPL. Saka has not been outstandingly good, even last season,
As a
as a winger,
winger.
compared to what other players in that same wing like Salah does. But Saka goes into every challenge with the sole aim of being the victim. He goes into every. Obina Waneri doesn't play like that. Obina Waneri tries other options. If he goes through this way and he's not able to come in, he comes back and tries a different pattern. Saka knows, oh, I know
And
you're going to block me. Oh, I know you guys are there. Oh, I know the two chances I need from here is not a goal. I need either you give me a free kick or you give me a corner kick. And he just goes head in. And most times he gets injured because nobody's going to allow you come through that way to either come and score your free kick or come and score your corner kick over and over again. So when you tell me you don't go into looking for these things, I beg to differ. Against
So
Real Madrid, you were all falling down until Declan Rice scored two free kicks. If Declan Rice did score two free kicks, you won't even get to the semi-final. You
true,
won't.
true, true. You
You
were
were
looking
looking
for
for
the
the
free
free
kick
kick that
that
day.
game.
Yeah, you kept on looking
Against
for it.
United this
Yeah.
season, they were looking for the
Yep.
corner kicks.
Yep.
so
And
let
I
me
think that's
ask a question.
why
Let
when
me
this
ask
guy
let me
came in,
oh,
Madueke, when he came in for Saka, they saw a different kind of play in the wing, proper wing play, cut in, do your magic tricks, do the crosses, low crosses, and all of that. That's why they got impressed with how Madueke performed. He performed fantastically well. I think that's been the thing that has been missing with Saka's game
Yeah.
over the
So
years.
I'm going to
Cutting
address
shoots.
these two things separately. The whole take on Saka, I feel it is 100% agenda. Saka's gameplay is very simple and is based on Ateta's instruction. You try and get as much space as possible, get the ball, cut into the box. If you have an opportunity, shoot and score. If you don't have a chance to score, pass the ball. Saka does this every game. His trademark goal is him taking on the ball, heading towards that end, cutting in, and taking his
How many
shots. He
times?
has a
How many
trademark goal.
times?
More than I
In
can
the
count.
last
I can't tell you how many times he has scored this goal.
in the last
Yes.
season.
The only reason why you feel like Saka is looking for foul is because he gets fouled ridiculously more than any other person at that wing. Why? And it's because players always double up on him. And it's because of how our team is set up. Saka drops far back, receives the ball, takes that ball and drive. The Salah that you're comparing it with, Salah is always on the run. They give him the ball, he controls and he heads straight into the
Yamal,
box. Those are two different styles of play.
Yamal,
So Yamal is playing in a league that is not as physically as competitive as the Premier
Yamal
League,
played
so he's
no.
not even going to make well in the direct
Yamal played in
comparison.
the Champions
So
League.
I understand. The Champions League is still not the Premier League. The Premier League is the most tough league you can find currently.
Arguably,
It's even harder than Champions League.
arguably.
Yeah, arguably, and everybody has their own opinion. But I feel the Premier League is more difficult because most of the teams they are the power level, or should I call it, of most of the teams in the Premier League, they're close to each other. It's not like those your La Liga that you have one team that EFCC is chasing because they are spending more than they are
When you
earning.
say
But that is behind.
they are close to each other in the Premier League, how do you mean? Like, tell me.
Not in the Premier League, I mean the gap between first position and 11th position in terms of performance is not really that far. You don't have one team that you said all the stars in this league are in that team, and then everybody else is just trying to beat those specific teams. The gap between the players in the Premier League are really quite close because of how I don't. I'm trying to find the right word to use to explain the
Do you know
fact
what? Do you
that
know?
there isn't really one team having serious dominance in the Premier League. Anybody can beat anybody in the
Do you
Premier
know why
League.
you're finding it hard to get a word to describe it? Because there's no word like that. There's nothing like that. The Premier League is literally Man City and Liverpool in the last 10 years. In the last 10 years, you can't mention us now. You can't mention any other. Maybe you mention Chelsea, and when you mention Chelsea, then that's where Atletico Madrid comes in. But it is also a two-horse race, just like we have Barcelona and Real Madrid. In Premiership,
In the past 10 years, how many Premier League teams has won the Champions
in the
League?
past 10 years, how many Premier League
Yeah.
team has won the Champions League?
Yes.
Just Chelsea.
Yeah.
Man
No,
City,
Man City have won. Liverpool have
okay, Man
won.
City, Chelsea, Liverpool, fair. And then in the past 10 years too, we have had Barca and Real Madrid. No, Real Madrid.
So my point exactly, there's always just Barca and Real Madrid. But when you come to the Premier League, you have three of those teams that have won the Champions League. Now, if you see their performance within their own domestic league, they are not showing the kind of dominance that you see Barcelona and Real Madrid show in La Liga and in other leagues there. So more teams are closer in terms of how well they play in the Premier League. That's just my
In
point.
these 10 years you're mentioning, Real Madrid lifted the Champions League back to back to back, and we had Premier League teams in this competition, and Real Madrid showed that same dominance they show in La Liga in the Champions League. What do you have to say about that?
We catch Real Madrid and we give them an aggregate of 5-1.
No, we're not asking you of what you gave them. We're asking you why did they dominate the
I'm,
Champions
gi-
League for 3 years?
I'm giving you an example of this is a team that have struggled to win the Premier League and they are catching Real Madrid that have been dominant for so long and we're giving them
Real
5-1.
Madrid.
So Premier League we have very good teams. We have 20 very good teams. Even the teams that are going for relegation are very good. That's just what I'm
Are you trying
saying.
to say Real Madrid is not that good? Because you say you catch Real Madrid, you give them 5-1.
As an Arsenal fan, absolutely. Real Madrid are not that good. How many times have they beaten us?
They don't get.
In the past
You know what?
in the past 10 years, how many goals have they
The
scored
reason why
us?
they've not beaten you numerous times is because in the past 10 years, you have not played up to par to be in the same competition with them.
Yet, anytime we beat them, they collect. Anytime we meet them, they collect.
Now, the major, just like you said the major goal is 3 points. That's what you said. The major goal is 3 points. Real Madrid, as a bigger team, the focus is on the trophy. Every time you beat them, you meet them, you beat them. But each time they come to the UCL, they go for the trophy.
For the competition.
Now they are the highest. They are the you know
Goal of that
yeah,
trophy.
prior to the new generation, we felt, oh, football had not advanced. Before everybody opened their eyes, Real Madrid rushed and picked up 9 Champions League. Now that football has advanced, everybody has opened their eye. There's no more like that, and they still proved the point and went back to back to back. The last person to do back to back to back is Man City in your league. They can't even try it in the Champions League. But these guys did it in the Champions League. Do you know what it means? It only means for 3 years. 3 years is 365 times 3 days. They proved that they were the best in Europe. And then you have all the rights to sit down and tell me, as Real Madrid is a shitty club, I think you need to apologize to that great club.
Real Madrid is a shitty club because they've not won my club. So if you don't rate my club, how can I rate a club that have not beaten me?
Or better still, your club should try and win the Champions League. Maybe, just
Don't worry.
maybe, we can now rate you in the table of Champions League holders.
Don't
So
worry.
until the next time, guys.
Yeah, it's been fun.
No, so you want to close like that? It's no problem. I'll accept it. I'll just manage me sitting at the top of the table. There's no problem.
Yeah. Big ups. You're finishing the league. You're finishing the week with Arsenal at the top of the table, Barcelona second
Yeah.
on the table, and Man U.
United, wherever on
Where
the
they
table.
have
I think we
always
are 8 or something right
Wow.
No, they were 11th before. So maybe with 3 points, they would have
Eight.
shot to like,
now. 8.
yeah, 8.
8 or 7 or something.
So yeah,
But as
Let me
I've always said, it might deserve to be higher. At least maybe next week they'll enter that top 4 where they are meant to be, and qualify for Champions League.
Hopefully.
yeah. Hopefully, we hope Man U qualifies because at least someone needs to be playing on Thursday. We can't be watching those Noah clubs. Those other clubs from smaller leagues. We need a team that is going to be playing Europa and Conference this season. Sadly, Chelsea is in the Champions League, Liverpool is in the Champions League, Man City is in the Champions League, Arsenal is in the Champions League. So it's just understandable if Man U takes that Europa or Conference League spots. Fair.
We don't want
We
conference.
can't be watching Aston Villa and the likes. It doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. To be honest, it doesn't cut it.
I think this should be a conversation for our next podcast.
Absolutely.
Is it should Man U be in the Champions League, knowing fully well that they will not win it, or be in Europa or Conference League where they have hope?
Arsenal have been competing back to back to back without ever winning. I've competed in that same competition. I've come out triumphant.
Nice.
So
True.
maybe you should try and win the competition before you can say who should be in where, in what competition.
Shots fired.
So-
Shots fired. So yeah, are we going to do this again for the Champions League?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
we know one of the Reds is not in the Champions League. So we just want to know: are you putting your mouth where your team is, or you're just putting your mouth in your neighbor's business?
We're putting our mouth in our neighbor's
Nice.
business.
Happy to catch you on the Champions League.
In the business we've done and won before.
That's
So
nice.
we'll see you
Happy
guys
to
on
catch
the
you guys
next
on
one.
the next one.
Peace.
This was fun. Peace. Bye.
I look
Thank
forward
you.
to El Clasico, and just as Tochi said, Real Madrid is a very big club, so we know which team is going to win.
Fine. I'll be here. Cheers.